Good evening, students. Today, a quick revision I already announced you in the class morning. So, in addition to that, we are going to track the last and final model, error and correction. Error and correction. The question is given in error. We have to find out the error where he made the mistake. We have to find it out and then we have to correct it and write down. And writing it down. Okay? Right. Here is the question. The road to success. The road to success is not the bed of roses. The bed of roses. Here, what is error and what is correction? You are supposed to do. Finding out the error and the correct form of the error. Okay, see, the road to success is not the bed of roses. The is a definite article. The is a definite article. We should not use in sense of common. This is a common expression. A bed of roses. Generally, we have to say it because bed is not a particular thing we mentioned in this sentence. Bed is not a particular thing. Particularly a bed we are not showing. So we have to use a. Error is the article should not be used because the is a definite article. Definitely we are expressing about a bed, particularly a bed, then we can use the. But here we should not use in general any bed. That means a bed of roses. That is the correct expression. So instead of the, we replace it by a. Next, second one. Second one. Which kind of person? Second one. Which kind of person does something like that. Something like that, question mark. Here, he only given that a box is given for errors and for corrections. The box is given like this. Left side errors and here correction. This question will be asked in two ways. One, giving a sentence and asking you to find out the error and correction. Before that, he gives hints. That means the mistakes, that means the errors he gives in the second model. This is the second model. The errors, option number A, which to what? After that, kind to kinds to kinds. Next, something to some things. Some things. I think you are all writing on your notebooks. Please be ready. Write down all these questions and it will be very helpful for you. By listening you get something, but By writing, you will get 100% correctness. So, my dear young children, you please note down this in your notebooks along with my teacher. Next, that turns to this. Which one is correct? That is the question. See, kind of person never takes which, because which is an optional. Where do we use the question word which? To choose one among the many. To choose one among the many, we use which. But here nothing option is given. So instead of which, we have to write what. What kind of person does something like that? Which kind of person? That means here no choice. If there are 2 or 3 persons, we can write which of these persons. But we are directly asking what kind of a person does something like that. So here there is no option. That means we are not taking one particularly from many. So we use what instead of which. So which and what. What is the correct answer? Next, third one. How many giant you see? How many? 6. Only 6. Next one, third one. These are all from expected papers. So, carefully you note down the information. Please refrain. Please refrain by standing near the door as it could lead to an accident. So here error and correction. He asked in this model, standing and stand. Correction is stand. Suggested corrections are these. Which one to choose is your choice. By, to, from, and, to, a, could, to, must. Could, to, must. See, first of all, you should know the meaning of refrain. Refrain. What is refrain? In Telugu we say, Mankovalam, Apadam. That is the meaning. Please refrain. Whenever refrain comes, you have to use the preposition from instead of by. Whenever, whenever the word refrain comes, you have to use immediately after refrain from. So this is the wrong and this will be the suggested correct answer. Why? We should not use that. Please refrain from standing. Please refrain from standing near the door as it could lead to an accident. Standing near the door in a bus, it leads to an accident. So we should avoid. Refrain means avoid. Refrain means avoid. We should avoid standing near the door. If it is avoid, the word used avoid by standing, then you should not place any from or by. Avoid. If the word please avoid by standing near the door is given, you write simply please avoid standing. No preposition is required after avoid. Avoid always takes a gerund. We know the meaning of gerund. What is a gerund? A word which is used in the sense of, in the both senses, as a verb, as a noun. It is called gerund. If avoid is the word given instead of refrain, we just simply write down, we simply just write standing. Standing is a gerund. Understand? Next question. Next one. Next question is 97% of the Earth's of the Earth's water is salty ocean water. Salty ocean water. And another 2% is trapping in the Earth's ice caps and glaciers. See here, 90% of the Earth's water is salty ocean water. Up to here, there is no error in this sentence. And another 2% is trapping is the wrong word which is used here. There is the error. Error is trapping. Why it is wrong? See, it's not the sentence in continuous form, in progressive tense. Another 2% of water is trapped. This is in passive voice. Trapping is the wrong. That means error. Correction is trapping to trap. Whenever there is passive form, V3 is the verb we have to use instead of V4. V4 is continuous tense. The structure is correct, but here trapping is not used because this is a sentence which is in passive form. Actually, your CBSE board has removed passive voice in giving direct questions. Like this, in indirect questions only they are giving the passive voice of such sentences. So don't be trapped. Don't be trapped. Okay? Trapping is the error and correction is trap. Next question. I don't take much time. Within 15 to 20 minutes, we will finish this program. Next one is health experts. Health experts worldwide. This is worldwide health experts. That means health experts worldwide means nothing but worldwide health experts. But the correct usage is this. Generally, we use in our daily conversations worldwide health experts we use generally. But in a correct grammatical way, we have to write like this: health experts worldwide. Worldwide. Next. Worldwide. Worldwide are concerning about the search in health problems. Health problems. Here you see, health experts, those who are worldwide, are concerning. The same thing is repeated here. Are after continuous tense form is given. So instead of this, we write V3. Are concerned. Error is concerning. Error is concerning, and correction we suggest is concerning. Concern. Error. Concerning is error and correct is concern. Concern. Okay? Next question. Next one. Next one. Spend a night under the stars. Spend a night under the stars. In a traditional camp. In a traditional camp where you can experience the warmth of our hospitable and saver. Here you see, spend a night under the stars. Many people thought that under should not be used like that. But under is correct. Spend a night under the stars. Don't say below the stars. Below means which is exactly countable, certain distance. But if this is uncountable, under, whenever we use, under the stars. Spend your night under the stars. That means you spend a day, a night time in an open place. What kind of open place it is? In a traditional camp. In a traditional camp, where you can experience the warmth, you can experience the heartfelt, or after or we have to use the noun form. Noun form. But hospitable is not a noun. Whenever these are determiners. Once I told you already. My, our, his, her, like that. They. These are all determiners. We have to use only noun forms after these determiners. So hospitable is error. Error is hospitable. The noun form of hospitable is, correction is hospitality. Noun form is hospitality. Understand? Hospitable we should not use. Only the word we have to use noun form. Hospitality and saver. Okay? Right. Next question. Next question. I am not suggesting you to do only these answers, but track all the model papers which you have. Understand? Now, for avoid damaging, the appliance do not immerse the electric cooler in water or any other liquid See, for any damaging we can use. For avoid we should not use. We have to remove avoid, or we have to remove for. To avoid damage. For avoid. Here for is the error. Error is for. Why? For is a preposition used to express express a reason. Why do you go there? For getting something. Why do you buy this? For using it. Like that, we use for the pronoun, the preposition for certain reasons. So, for reason we can use, but here avoid is a verb used to avoid damaging the appliance. So, here the verb, and I already told you that every verb has 6 forms, that is V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5, V6 finally. This V6 is formed 2 plus V1. 2 plus V1 is the 6th form, infinitive form. So we have to write here infinitive form of avoid. To avoid damaging the appliance, do not immerse the electric cooler in water or any other liquid. Next. Next. Next one. Nearly most shop was closed for the public holiday. For the public holiday. Okay. Nearly most shop. Here most should not be used. Most we can use before uncountable nouns. Most is used before uncountable nouns. So most is the error here. Error is most. So every shop is the correct answer. Correction is every shop was closed for the public holiday. That means here this is a particular rule to close all the shops on holidays. So every shop we should maintain. Most, that means some shops are kept open. If we use more shop, even more shops, that is also wrong. Nearly more shops were closed for the public holiday. Even that too wrong, because more shops not. Every shop must be closed on public holidays. So that the error is most and the correction is every. Next. Mobile phones has become an integral part of life. Here see, mobile phones is in plural form. Has should not be used. For plural forms, we have to use have. Mobile phones have become an integral part of life. So error is has, and correction is have. Here mobile phones is plural form, and here the verb which is used here is singular. According to the Concord rule, we know the Concord rule of Concord. What is Concord? The verb must agree with the subject. Subject and verb both must be, there must be an agreement between these two. This is in plural form, it should be in plural form. If this is in singular form, this should be in singular form. Plural nouns take plural verb, singular nouns take singular verb. So this is wrongly used, has, because here it is plural form and it is used in singular form. So we corrected it, has to have. Right? Next. We are going to close this class within 10 minutes. I am not taking much time because you have to prepare every area of the question paper. So I am leaving you within 10 minutes. Now the time is 8:30. So within 10 minutes I am going to stop this class. Next question is, when the rounds were completed, when the rounds were completed, the hurdle and mazes. The hurdle and mazes appeared the appropriate places. Appeared on the appropriate places. See here, when the rounds were completed, here no mistake. But here you see the hurdle and mazes they give. If we want to express two things in the same manner, to give the same idea, both should be either in plural form or in singular form. But here you see hurdle is singular form and mazes is in plural form. If those two are in singular, it is okay. Or both should be in plural. So hurdle, turn this hurdle to error hurdle. Then correction is hurdles. Correction is hurdles. After that, mazes appeared. On is the preposition used in this context. In this context, on should be replaced to in. Appears in is the appears on should not be used. Should be used in. Appeared in the appropriate places, because here the word is used place. Don't use any time appeared on places. Don't say appeared in the places, in the prescribed places, the appropriate places. So here are two errors and we corrected the two errors. Next. Obesity in teenage. Obesity in teenage children Obesity in teenage children is a major concern. Is a major concern between parents today. Between parents today. See, obesity in teenage children, up to that, no error. Is, because this is an idea, so is the correct word. Used there. A major concern, if there is no error in that phrase even. Between is a preposition, should not be used here. Because between always tells always tells between two persons. Parents. Parents is a plural form. If there are two different things, we can use between. Between boys and girls, we can use. Between ladies and gents, we can use. Between this and that, we can use. But here, between should not be used, as this is plural form. As it is in the plural form, error is between and the correction is among. For more, for plural forms, we have to use among. If there are only two mentioned, then we can use between. But here two or three, like that, it was not mentioned, so that parents, among parents, we have to write. As this is not here to expressing parents, it is not correct. Parents mean many, more than two. All the parents of teenage children. So among is the correct word, we have to use that. Next one is be the changes you want. Be the changes you want to see in the world. To see in the world. Many people always tell that changes must become in the world. But we should not tell like that. First of all, we have to change ourselves. So the change must be in you first. Be the changes. Don't say be the changes. Be the change. The change which you are expecting in this world, you first be to be changed. Understand? So error is changes, and correction is change. Be the change you want. What the changes you want, you try to change it first in you. Then the entire world will change. And last and final question. Last and final one. Last and final question. The product is manufacturing for infants and contains no additives. The product, you see here, product is not manufacturing, it is manufactured. One who manufactures something, that is called a company produces a thing. A company produces a thing, that is called product. For example, what is the product of a Pond's company? Powder is the product of their company. And what is the product of a Hero company? Motorcycle is the product of their company. So in the same way, the product is manufacturing. Product is not manufacturing, it is manufactured. It is manufactured. So error is manufacturing the correction we suggest manufactured, because product is manufactured. Product cannot manufacture. It cannot do the action. This is the product. That means it was manufactured. So here instead of manufacturing, we have to write manufactured. That's it, my children, for this day. So I wish you all the best, and tomorrow, if possible, I can come to your examination center. Otherwise, I may meet you at our campus. Till then, good night. Get ready for examinations and all the best. Bye.